So everyone, this is St Luke's Private Hospital, which is at Potts Point in Sydney. Really great little place there. Modern hospital, um, yeah, as you can see there. So this is the family room that I was telling you about earlier. We were really looked after. There's the play castle in the corner. Max and Sam were on the iPads with Grandad, and Joseph and I were having a great playtime there. The good thing is the Wi-Fi is free at the hospital. Food, look, the food was normal hospital food, but I can tell you the ladies from the kitchen were so helpful. They must have gone back 2 or 3 times getting extra things for us. Kids loved it. They were just tremendous. So hats off to everybody at the hospital. So while we were having dinner, we met one of the nurses. So Jerry is his name. He was the most amazing, caring nurse, and so you're going to meet him here. So here's Joe, and he came in and he explained to Joe that I'm going to make you into a robot, and he showed him his trolley, his cart there with everything on it, and he was caring, he was patient, he explained everything. You can see here in this video, I've sped it right up, but he's explaining everything. Um, for this one, he was explaining, he'd put some of this tape on my face. He then showed him some cream. He said, this is just like sunscreen. Look at him now. He said, this is like beauty cream or sunscreen, and it goes on, it doesn't hurt. And so he just, every step of the way, Jerry was explaining to Joseph what was going to happen as he put all these things on. Now, those things around the stomach, those purple um, belts, they monitor the muscles for breathing. So they're really important. And you can see the sensors there. And oh, here's Katie. Come and say hi. So we're going to hear from Joe now. For the next clip, I actually leave the sound on, and Joe can actually tell us what he's up to.
Here you go. Joe, I'm very, very proud of you.
Say, I love it. You want to play in the castle?
You can play in the castle maybe
You'll play
tomorrow.
Tomorrow we go. Split time in a minute.
Yeah, okay, need to be chin up,
Love you, Daddy.
So you heard Jerry there. He was just explaining everything to Joe, and now that is just clearly all of the wires are being gathered to the top of his head. And the next part is putting the sensors in the hair, so that and there's the glue sort of cream, and it actually gets quite hard and thick by the morning. Obviously it sets a bit, so it becomes a bit like beeswax. A real pain in the neck to get out, like really hard. My oldest son Max had it in his hair for about 4 days because he just refused to let us wash it out because it was so thick and gluggy. And so the next part is putting the sensor for oxygen, so it's on his index finger right hand, and of course taped up, and that monitors the level of oxygen throughout the evening. And of course all of these wires will go into the machine, just which is on the bedside table. Joe was in really good spirits. He was watching telly, and of course what a real pleasure being able to watch TV in bed. That's just pretty amazing. Now that's another sensor. To be honest, I've forgotten what that is. I think that was pulse, but I can't be certain. Sorry about that, folks. So at our initial pediatrician appointment, when we were booked in to chat with him, we were given a tube, and here's Jerry now opening the tube. This is of course for some oxygen, and we practice at home. So the good thing is, hopefully your pediatrician will allow you to practice with this. And there's Jerry. You can see he even put some tape on his own face. Like, what an awesome guy. He walked around with that for ages afterwards. I think he forgot he had it on. So here we have this tube. It goes into the nostrils, around the face. It is really uncomfortable. And my oldest son Max, he did not cope. This is when he started to actually lose it the night before. And during the night, when he was asleep, he was just unconsciously removing it. constantly from his nose, which was frustrating for the nurse, I think. And so here we have the tape. Good on you, Jerry. Just doing it nice and gently, allowing Joe to have his dummy still in his mouth. What a legend. And so this is pretty much it. We're finished with becoming a robot. There's just one more thing. While Joe was sleeping, Jerry came in and he put a microphone, and you can see it there. There he is. This is actually the next morning when Joseph has woken up. You can see that blue device under his nose. That was a microphone that was put on while he was asleep. So this is Derek, the nurse that handed over from Jerry last night. Derek was another just amazing, caring, kind, extremely gentle and patient nurse. So if I was doing this again, I would definitely request Jerry and Derek. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but I would try to make sure that they're looking after my son or my daughter, because these guys were just phenomenal. So you can see he was rubbing on some oil. Now, what an amazing guy, because the other nurse who was caring for my eldest son, he didn't do this at all, and it was really distressing for Max. So if I was to do this again, and I recommended parents do this, please take along your own eucalyptus oil half an hour before the nurse comes in. You could do this yourself to really enable that to come off even easier. Giving it half an hour and applying it a couple of times will just really dissolve that adhesive. The next thing to come off, of course, all these other sensors. So there's not really too much to say here. It's just systematically disconnecting everything. So you might be wondering, what is it like for the parents? So there is actually a chair, a single chair next to the bed that converts into a single sofa bed, and the nurses set all that up for you. It was really comfortable. I didn't have, I mean, to be honest, I'll sleep anywhere though, so I don't know if I'm the best person to tell you how comfortable it is, but I certainly had a really good night's sleep. I seemed to sleep through anything anyway. My wife, however, who was with Sam, she did not get any sleep at all on this evening, and my oldest son didn't really get any sleep either. So it does vary for everybody, depends on how comfortable or uncomfortable your children are, and if you're a light sleeper or a heavy sleeper. You'll see there that what Derek just did, he had this sort of pillow slip which had all the cables in it. That was Jerry the night before, who just seemed to realize that Joe was struggling with and getting tangled, so he just made a little conduit, really, using the pillow slip. It was just a great idea. Alright, so Joe's now going to be getting these other ECG stickers off his body. It'll go to full sound. I don't want you to worry, he is quite distressed, but he actually recovered really fast. But again, this is a true taste of what it's like to expect.
You're doing well, Joe. Really brave boy.
Never did sleep.
Okay, you try to slowly see how you feel.
Getting
This
there.
way?
Is that better?
Yeah. Have it like this.
And there's only one more. Last one.
Slowly and quickly. Slowly. Slowly. Okay, you do it slowly.
You're doing well.
Okay.
That's it.
No more stickers.
Hooray. Say thank you.
No problem.
So that was a bit like the calm before the storm. I've got one more clip, which is when he gets really upset, getting the last bits of tape off his face. Now the noise you were hearing in that last clip was our white noise machine. It's really important that that was actually an app on the phone. I actually have a real white noise machine at home, but we forgot to take it. So I just downloaded a free app for the phone, and it just allowed the boys, all of them had something in their room, just to help them to block out any hospital noises, and it was great. And you can see how gluggy that cream is in his hair. He really did not like the pulling in the hair, and this is when he started to lose patience.
Nearly finished.
Okay, how about your bad tears? Okay, last bit.
Good boy.
Okay.
Hooray.
Last
Doing well. Last one, last one. Hooray.
Finished.
Good boy. Good boy.
So it's all over. So he's had a shower, he's now got breakfast in bed, and there he is, he's watching TV. So look, just want to encourage parents, it does get finished. Now that was the bed I was telling you about. It's quite comfortable, and here we are, as promised. He's having a play back in his castle, and then it was time to go. Here's your hat, what's your hurry? We quickly packed up. There we are, out of there. So thanks so much for listening, everybody. If you have any questions, please feel free to write a comment. Please like and subscribe. I hope you found this really helpful. See you later.